My name is Joyce Slater. I'm here to tell you some stories today. I love telling stories and I hope that you enjoy these. First of all, I'd like you to meet one of my friends. This is Gus. Now, he's green all over, and he's very hairy. But he's very fun and he loves to sing songs with you. So he's going to sing a song. I hope you'll sing along because Gus just doesn't like to sing all by himself. So let's sing together. And what song are we going to sing? Okay, it's about peanut butter. How many of you can eat peanut butter? How many of you like peanut butter? I like peanut butter. I can eat peanut butter. All right. This is a song about how to make peanut butter. Now, don't do this at home. Peanuts sitting on the railroad track, heart all aflutter. Along came a choo-choo train, and now he's peanut butter. All right, Gus, that was really good. Do you have another little song for us? Oh yeah. There are no bugs on me, there are no bugs on me. Well, there may be bugs on some of you mugs, but there are no bugs on me. Very good. I think, what? Oh, okay. All right. Give me a hug. That's right. It's good because Gus can give me a hug. Yes. All right, you go sit down and I'm going to tell a story. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. This is one of my stories that I like to tell. I like to start with because it gets you involved. And maybe you've heard it before, but it's a fun story to do. It's called Cheese and Crackers, and your part is this. In the story, there's a baby that cries, and when the baby cries, when I say the baby's crying, I want you to do this for me. Put your hands up, and then you slap your legs and do cheese and crackers, cheese and crackers. I just want some cheese and crackers. Okay? All right. Once upon a time, there was a family. There was mom and dad and brother and sister and a baby. They also had a pet squirrel. Now, the baby was sitting in the high chair and she was crying. Cheese and crackers, I just want some cheese and crackers. Did you do that with me? All right, good. Mom said, Sister, I want you to go to the grocery store. And Sister said, Do I have to? And Mom got out her mom finger and said, Yes, you do. And she took a nickel out of the sugar bowl and she gave it to Sister. Sister put it in her hand. She started walking to the grocery store. Along the way, she met a bear. The bear rubbed his tummy and said, I didn't have any breakfast this morning. Where you going, little girl? She said, I'm going to the grocery store. He said, No, you're not. You can do that with me too. No, you're not. And he opened his mouth really wide and go whoomp. Swallowed her down whole, holding a nickel in her hand. Now, back at home, the baby was still crying. Come on, help me out. Cheese and crackers, cheese and crackers. I just want some cheese and crackers. Mom said, Well, Sister didn't come back home. I'm going to have to send Brother. Brother didn't like that at all. He put on his attitude face and he said, Do I have to? And Mom got out her mom finger. Let's all do it together. Yes, you do. And she took a nickel out of the sugar bowl. She gave it to Brother. He put it in his hand. He started walking to the grocery store. But along the way, he met the bear. Now the bear rubbed his tummy again and he said, Ooh, I'm still hungry. Where are you going, little boy? He said, I'm going to the grocery store. And the bear said, No, you're not. And he opened his mouth really wide and go whoomp. He swallowed him down whole, holding a nickel in his hand. Now back at home, the baby was still crying. Together, cheese and crackers, I just want some cheese and crackers. Mom said, well, nobody's coming home. I guess I better send Dad. Dad was sleeping on the couch, and when Mom woke him up and said, I want you to go to the grocery store, he said, do I have to? And Mom said, yes, you do. And she took a nickel out of the sugar bowl and she gave it to Dad. He started walking to the grocery store, but along the way, he met the bear. Now the bear said, a big one. Where are you going, old man? He said, well, I'm going to the grocery store. And the bear said, no, you're not. And he opened his mouth really wide and swallowed him down whole, holding a nickel in his hand. Now back at home, the baby was still crying. Cheese and crackers, I just want some cheese and crackers. Mom said, I guess I have to go myself. She took a nickel out of the sugar bowl. She started walking to the grocery store as fast as she could, leaving that baby at home alone. Oh, we would never, ever do that. No, no, no. Well, she saw the bear and the bear saw her, and the bear was getting pretty big now. The bear rubbed his tummy and said, Where are you going, old woman? She said, I'm going to the grocery store. And who are you calling old woman, you old bear? You get out of my way so I can get to the store. And he said, oh, no, you're not. And he opened his mouth really wide and swallowed her down whole, holding a nickel in her hand. Now, back at home, that baby was still crying. Cheese and crackers, I just want some cheese and crackers. But nobody was there. Nobody except for the pet squirrel. Now, that squirrel knew just what to do. He ran across the counter and he opened up that sugar bowl and he took out a nickel and he put it between his teeth. He ran off the counter, out the door, and on to the grocery store. But on the way, he saw the bear, and the bear saw him, and the bear said, yum, yum, dessert. Now, I bet there are a lot of you who like dessert too, but that bear really liked dessert. And that squirrel said, I am not going to be anybody's dessert. And climb up the tree he did. But the bear climbed up after him. And then out on the limb, that squirrel ran. And that bear climbed out there after him. And then the squirrel jumped to another tree. And the silly bear thought he could do the same thing. But when he did, he went splat to the ground. Let's do that together. Splat to the ground. And his tummy went flat and his mouth came open and out came Mom and Dad and brother and sister. Good as new, holding a nickel in their hand. Now we have 5 nickels though, don't we? Who had the nickels? Let's count them. There was Mom, Dad, brother, sister, and of course the squirrel. They took those to the grocery store. What did they buy? You know it. Cheese and crackers, cheese and crackers. I just want some cheese and crackers. And you know what? The baby ate all those cheese and crackers. The end. Now, I have my friend, the bear. He just wants to say hi. And he is not a bear that would eat anybody. No, he wouldn't. He's a very good bear. Sometimes he's a little shy. He doesn't say much. What? Oh, he does like to suck his thumb. Sometimes he likes to suck his toes, too. But I heard him say one time, he doesn't like it when he goes to the beach after he sucks his toes because the sand gets in his mouth. Anyway, Blackberry is a good bear. He's a very good bear. And he would never swallow anyone. So, Blackberry, we're going to tell another story. And I want you to go sit with Gus, okay? Yeah. All right, you go down here and sit with Gus, and I will tell another story. Let's see. You know, I know a story. I was doing something today and there was just way too much noise in the house and I couldn't get anybody to be quiet. What could I do? Well, I'm going to tell you a story about a man who had too much noise in his house. Once upon a time, there was a man who lived in a little house. Now, every day he would go in the house and he would hear the dog barking. Woo, woo, woo. And he would hear the baby crying. Wah, wah, wah. And he would hear his mother-in-law rocking in a rocking chair. Ee, 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 ee. And he said, "Oh, I can't stand it. There's too much noise." Well, he decided to go visit the wise woman who lived up on the hill. He walked up to the wise woman to ask her what he should do. When he got up there, she said, "Do you have a chicken?" He said, "Yes, I do, a very beautiful chicken." She said, "Bring it in the house." "Bring a chicken in the house?" "Yes," she said, "go down and bring your chicken in the house." So down the hill he went. He got the chicken out of the yard. He brought it in the house, and now, well, the dog was still barking, and the baby was still crying, and the mother-in-law was still rocking in the rocking chair, ee, 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 ee. But now the chicken was laying eggs everywhere, and he said, "What am I going to do?" I don't know why that wise woman had me bring a chicken in the house, so back up the hill he went as fast as he could. He got to her house. He said, "All right, I put the chicken in the house, but now," and you can do this with me, "the dogs still bark, whoop, whoop, whoop. The baby still cries, wah, 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 and my mother-in-law is still sitting in the rocking chair, rocking, ee, 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 ee. But now, oh, I have a chicken running around the house laying eggs. Bark, 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 bark. What am I going to do?" Well, the wise woman said, "Do you have a goat?" "Yes, I have a goat." "Well, go home and get your goat and bring it in the house." "What? Bring my goat in the house?" "Yes, bring your goat in the house." Oh, he didn't know where this was going. He walked down the hill. He got the goat out of the yard. He brought the goat in the house. And now, you can do this with me, the dogs were still barking. The baby was still crying. Wah, wah, wah. The mother-in-law was still rocking in a rocking chair. Ee, 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 ee. And the chicken, bark, 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 laid eggs everywhere. And now the goat, bah, bah, bah. He said, "Oh, what am I going to do? There is too much noise." He went back up the hill as fast as he could. That wise woman is going to answer for this. She said to him, "Do you have a cow?" "Yes, I have a cow." "Go down to your house and bring the cow in the house." "In my house? Bring a cow? The cow is huge." "Do as I say." So down the hill he went. He got down to the bottom of the hill. He got to his house. He went out in the field and he found the cow and he brought the cow in. Now, what did he hear? Moo, moo. But not only that, the dogs were still barking. The baby still crying. Wah, wah, wah. The mother-in-law still rocking in the rocking chair. Ee, 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 ee. And now he had a chicken, bark, 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 laying eggs everywhere, a goat, bah, 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 and a cow. Moo, 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 he said. Oh, there's too much noise. What am I going to do? So he went back to that old woman. He said, you have to fix this. There is too much noise in my house. The dog barks. Woo, woo, woo. The baby cries. Wah, wah, wah. My mother-in-law's still rocking in the rocking chair. Ee, 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 ee. Now a chicken. Bark, 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 bark. And a goat. Bah, bah. And a cow. Moo, she said. Now, this is what I want you to do. Listen carefully. Go to your house. Take the chicken out. Take the goat out. Take the cow out. And clean up the mess. He went back down the hill as fast as he could. He went to his house. He opened the door. He took out the chicken, put her in the yard. He took out the goat, put the goat in the barn. He took out the cow and put her in the field. He cleaned up the mess. And then he went in the house, and this is what he heard. He heard the dog bark. Woo, woo, woo. He heard the baby cry. Wee, wee, wee. He heard his mother-in-law in the rocking chair. Ee, 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 ee. And he said, oh, my. The wise woman was so wise. What a quiet house I have. The end. Okay, I'm going to tell you a fairy tale because I really love fairy tales. So, this is a fairy tale about a princess and a dragon and a prince. The king called the princess in one day. He said, daughter, you are about to be of marrying age. So, we need to find a prince. She said, I'm only 16, father. Well, it doesn't hurt to start early. Start our looking early. And we have but one dragon that I know of. All of the dragons are gone from Germany and France and Russia. Well, America never had any dragons, but there is one in Cornwall where we live. So we need to find a prince who will slay the dragon. Oh, father, it's the only dragon left in the whole world. Why would we slay the dragon? Because it's tradition. But, father, couldn't we just let the dragon live? Well, no. I slew a dragon for your mother, and a prince will do the same for you. Well, she wasn't talking him out of it, but she knew it would be a while before they found a prince. It was years, in fact, before they found a suitable prince that she liked. They brought him to the castle, and they prepared for the wedding. But he was told he would have to slay the dragon. Well, he had no idea how to slay a dragon. He could hardly lift a sword. I mean, she, on the other hand, she was quite a fencer. You know, she could handle a sword, but not that prince. He was very smart in mathematics, which was what she wanted. She said, what are we going to do? He said, well, we could go and pretend to slay the dragon and come back. She said, we'll have to bring proof. Oh. Well, she dressed all up like she was going to be saved, you know, from the dragon, and they went to the place where they heard the dragon lived. He lived in a big cave. He was about 75 feet long and very beautiful. I mean, he was greens, all kinds of greens and blues, and there was a little spark of yellow in him. He had beautiful eyes, but he did have fire that came out of his mouth. Now, they got there. They could hear him rattling around in the cave. And she said, "What do we do?" "Oh, what should we do?" "Well, I would like to tame him and not have to slay him." "Well, all right. I brought some cookies," said the prince. So the princess called to the dragon. "Oh, dragon dear, would you like some cookies?" "No." "Dragon! Oh, dragon dear, you're such a sweet dragon. Come out and talk to us. You could have a cookie. Please, dragon dear." He said, "What did you say?" "I said, please come out and have a cookie." "No, you called me dragon dear. No one has ever called me dear before." "Really? Well, would you like to come out? Would you like a cookie?" "No, I don't like cookies. People always think we should be eating things that we don't like. I don't like princesses either. I could never eat a princess. I've heard they don't taste good." She said, "Oh, no offense, but I would like to toast you at your wedding. You'd like to come to the wedding? We'd have to tame you first." "Oh, I'm quite tame. I could follow you there." "Well, what would you like to toast us with?" Well, I like to keep my fires, burning. Gasoline would do." "Oh, well," the prince had his little car there. He siphoned out some gasoline, gave it to the dragon. He tasted it. Yes, this tastes very good." And he breathed some fire. Now, they said, "Well, we're going back and we'll have our wedding. Can you follow us?" "Oh, yes, I can follow." And so behind them he went. And they arrived at the castle, and sure enough, they had this big, big wedding. There were children everywhere, and they were so enthralled with the dragon. The dragon decided they could ride on his back. So they fitted little saddles all down his back, in between the spikes and behind the little wings. And when he had them all buckled in, he flew them around the countryside so they could see how beautiful their land was. And from that day on, the dragon became quite a friend to all the children and the people in that kingdom. And he and the prince and the princess lived happily ever after. The end. Well, what other story should we tell? Once upon a time, there was a dog and there was a cat. Now, the dog and the cat, long time ago, were friends. They were very good friends. They were such good friends. They did everything together. They would talk, they would hug, they would dance, they would sing. They did everything together. And one day, dog said, "Let's pool our money and go to the grocery store and buy a ham. I've been wanting a ham." "Ooh," cat said, "ooh, that sounds good." So they went to the grocery store. They bought this big ham, and dog was carrying the ham home. Our ham, delicious ham, our ham. But it was heavy, so he said, I think it's your turn to carry the ham. So the cat picked up the ham, and she started walking with the ham. My ham, my ham, delicious ham, my ham. Dog said, what? What are you talking about? That's our ham. That's not your ham. It's our ham. Oh, yeah. Well, he got the ham back, and he started walking with it. Our ham, our ham. And she took it back, and she started singing, my ham, my ham. He said, no, 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 it is our ham. Now we'll slice off a little bit and taste it. And they did. Oh, it was delicious ham. And then he said, we're going to hide it. We're going to put it in a safe place. So they found a tree that had a hole in it, and they put the ham in and put some leaves on top so no one would see it. And they decided at a later date they would come and eat some more ham. Well, the cat kept thinking about that ham. Oh, yes. And pretty soon she said to Dog, you know, I have a sister who's going to have a kitten, and I need to go and visit her and name the kitten. Oh, he said, well, go ahead. See you later. And off she went, but she went right to the tree, and she nibbled on that ham until she nibbled the whole top off of the ham. That's right. Oh, my goodness. She cleaned herself up. And back she went. And Dog said, oh, what did you name the kitten? Kitten? What kitten? Oh, kitten. Yes, of course. Oh, we named it Top Off. Top Off? That's a funny name for a kitten. Oh, well, it's a traditional name. Well, a few days went by, and she started getting hungry for that ham again. And she went to Dog and said, oh, guess what? My sister is going to have a kitten, and I need to go name that kitten with her. Boy, another kitten? That's a lot of kittens. Yeah. Well, that's what happens, you know. Well, okay, bye. And he waved goodbye to her, and off she went. And she went right to that tree, and she started eating that ham. She ate till half of it was gone. Now, when she was through, she cleaned herself up. She went back to Dog. Dog said, well, how was it? What'd you name your kitten? Kitten. Oh, yeah. We named it, Half Gone. Half Gone? That's a weird name. Yeah, well, it's a traditional name. Oh, strange. Yeah. Well, a few days went by, and you guessed it, she wanted some more ham. She said to Dog again, I have a best friend, and my best friend is having a kitten. I need to go help name it. He said, boy, another kitten. Wow. Well, okay. See you later. Bye. And off she went, but she went right to the tree. Yes, she did. She got to the tree. She was so hungry for that ham, she nibbled. She nibbled a long, long time until she ate every bit of the ham off of that bone. She had ham fat every place in her whiskers. She cleaned up. She thought she got it all. She went back to where Dog was. Dog said, well, what'd you name the kitten this time? All Gone. All Gone? What a name. All Gone. Well, it's another traditional name. So, well, you know, I've been thinking about that ham. I would like to have some ham, so let's go get some ham. So they both went to the tree, and they walked to the tree, and they got to the tree, and they took the leaves off, and there was nothing but a ham bone there. And he said, wait a minute. What happened to our ham? She said, I don't know. Said, somebody has eaten our ham. I don't understand. What? What's going on? Then he took a good look at that cat. There was some ham fat up by her ears. And he noticed she had gotten a little plump since they first bought that ham. He sniffed her. He said, you smell like ham. You've been eating that ham. And she went, uh-oh. And he started chasing her. And he chased her and chased her and chased her. And to this day, dogs are still chasing cats. The end. All right. I think that Gus would like to close out with a song, another song, wouldn't you? And he wants to sing a song. He wants to see if you can remember that first song. What was it? Was it the peanut butter song? All right. You go ahead and sing that for us. Peanuts sitting on the railroad track, heart all aflutter. Along came a choo-choo train. Now he's peanut butter. Oh, you are so cute. Well, Gus and I want to wish you happy storytelling. I hope you have learned some of these stories, and maybe you can tell me a story one day. Stay healthy and stay true. And keep telling those stories. All right? Have a good day. Bye-bye.